It's a glorious summer day on the island of Sodor. Toby is collecting milk from the dairy. James is pulling passengers to Brandham Docks. And Thomas is taking some workmen to work. They're building a new station. Every day, Thomas has to take the workmen there and bring them home again. I can't wait for the grand opening, he said to Annie and Clarabelle. There's going to be flags and a big band. But on the way to the new station, there was a difficult bend in the track. Thomas doesn't like it at all. He's worried about the bend, but his good friends Annie and Clarabelle are there to help him out.
Slow down. Slow down and puff with care,
they called out. So Thomas did exactly as they asked. Thank you. I couldn't have done it without you. Thomas arrived safely at the new station. Sir Topham Hatt was waiting for him. Today, Annie and Clarabelle are going for their refit. You must take them to the workshop straight away. But then how can the workmen go home? Thomas asked. You'll use ordinary coaches until Annie and Clarabelle are ready. Yes, sir. And he takes them to the workshop right away. Thomas says his goodbyes to both of his dearest coaches. He was unhappy. I don't know how I'll manage the difficult bend without you. The next day, Thomas makes his way to the coach yard. He's still thinking about the difficult bend. Thomas goes too fast and gave the coaches a mighty biff. The coaches roll along the line and bump right into James.
Watch what you're doing,
James called out. Sorry. Thomas was missing Annie and Clarabelle. He would never bump into them. Soon, Thomas was on his way to pick up the workmen from the new station. Difficult bend, difficult bend. The difficult bend came nearer and nearer. Thomas is supposed to slow down, but he wants to get past the bend quickly. So Thomas goes faster and faster. The coaches rattled and shook. It'll soon be over. And soon it was. Luckily, no one is hurt. But Thomas feels sadder than ever. Harvey arrives to help clear up the mess. Harvey doesn't like seeing Thomas so unhappy. I can't go around the difficult bend. I'm not a useful engine without Annie and Clarabelle. You are a very useful engine and a jolly good friend, reassured Harvey. He then takes the coaches away on the breakdown train. Thomas puffs sadly back to Tifmouth Sheds. He wants to be back with Annie and Clarabelle. Suddenly, Thomas noticed some freight cars heading towards him. They had uncoupled from Edward. Cinders and ashes! The freight cars are heading for the new station. I must warn the station master. So he races after them. The freight cars clatter along the track. Thomas is determined to save the new station, so he dashes after the runaway trucks. Thomas goes faster and faster. He races past the freight cars, but he's near the difficult bend. Thomas wants to go fast, but he knows he couldn't. Slow down and puff with care. Thomas puts on his brakes. He slows down and puffs very carefully. He makes it all around the difficult bend all by himself. I've done it! And so have the runaway trucks. Thomas puffs as fast as he could. He races into the station just in time. Runaway freight cars are coming. You must change the points. The signalman quickly changed the points. The freight cars hurtle into a siding and then crash through the buffers. The new station was saved. Thomas is now back with Annie and Clarabelle. They're going to the grand opening of the new station. They travel happily together, and when they come to the difficult bend, Thomas slows down and puffs with care. The difficult bend isn't difficult anymore. The grand opening is a great success and the new station looks wonderful. Sir Topham Hatt comes to see Thomas. You've saved my new station. You're a brave and useful engine. Thanks, sir. He's so proud that it made his firebox glow.